Marijuana Doctors proudly presents Weed Watch, your weekly dose of cannabis news. Our top stories this week. The Obama administration has removed a major regulatory barrier standing in the way of desperately needed research into medical marijuana. On Monday, the Office of National Drug Control Policy, which oversees the United States' overall drug-fighting efforts, announced it will no longer require scientists seeking to study medical marijuana to pass a stifling public health service review process. While this may seem like a small step for marijuana research, the recent announcement could pull the linchpin that opens the floodgates for a wave of future scientific marijuana research that could add to the already growing list of potential medical applications of the substance. Meanwhile, Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky received the highest grade among more than 20 declared and potential 2016 presidential candidates in a voter guide released Friday by a major marijuana policy group, while New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and former Senator Rick Santorum of Pennsylvania fared the worst. Mr. Paul received a grade of A- from the Marijuana Policy Project. The group said his grade was based largely on his sponsorship of a medical marijuana bill, support for reducing marijuana-related penalties, and support for allowing states to regulate marijuana for adult use. On the Democratic ticket, former Senator Jim Webb of Virginia and former Rhode Island Governor and U.S. Senator Lincoln Chafee fared the best with a grade of B+. The group cited Mr. Webb's stated support for overhauling the criminal justice reform system and Mr. Chafee's signing a marijuana decriminalization into law in 2013. Then, legislators in Tennessee have introduced two bills that would legalize the possession and casual exchange of a half an ounce of cannabis. The partner bills SB 1211 and HB 0873 would effectively decriminalize minor marijuana possession in Tennessee. If validated, the law would go into effect July 1st. Currently, possession of under a half an ounce in Tennessee can result in a $250 fine and a year in jail. Needless to say, this change in policy would be a welcome sight for Tennesseans and begin to progress one of America's more conservative cannabis states. Finally, Vancouver City Council has voted to regulate and license the roughly 100 medical marijuana retails in the city, making it the first city in Canada to do so and drawing fire from Health Minister Rona Ambrose. The bylaw was supported by Mayor Gregor Robertson, the dominant Vision Vancouver councillors, and Green Party councillor Adrian Carr. Opposed were the city's three non-partisan association councillors. Councillor Kerry Jiang called the controversial bylaw a common-sense approach to dealing with the explosion of medical marijuana shops in our city. The bylaw will charge retail dealers a $30,000 licensing fee, the city's highest permit cost, and prevent shops from operating within 300 meters of a community centers, schools, and other pot shops. Under the rules, dozens are expected to be forced to close because they fall within those limits. And that's it for your weekly dose of cannabis news. Tune in next week for more Weed Watch.